is Martin.
Hello, my name is Meen, and in this video we will show you how to prepare the screen print electrode without any specialized equipment.
And the first thing that we need to decide is what the electrodes should look like. In this case, we choose this classic design with a central disc working electrode and the counter electrode in an arc around it. To prepare the screen, we start by drawing the electrodes in our favorite design program. The holes for the electrodes will be cut into plastic film. So we have access to a laser cutter, but if you don't, you can probably find one in a local printing shop. It is also possible, if you're very patient, to cut the electrodes with a sharp knife. We are going to use this commercially available graphene ink. It is also possible to make your own ink or to add components to a commercial ink, but it can be tricky to get the viscosity right. For the reference electrode, we will use this silver chloride ink. The mask should be attached to the base that we will use for the electrodes. This can be paper, cloth or some other material. In this case, we will use the same kind of plastic film as the mask. Be careful to assemble the mask and the base firmly with no gap between. However, remember that you also need to be able to remove the mask from the base later on. The ink is spread in a line along the top of the mask. It can be tricky to get the amount right. If you put too much ink, it easily spreads under the mask, and if too little, the electrodes will not be filled out properly. The ink is spread using a squeegee or doctor blade that you can find in most hardware or paint stores. It's important to pull the blade with a firm, continuous motion. Here we have a nicely printed sheet of electrodes. Note that the electrodes on the edge of the sheet are often harder to get right than the ones in the center. Now we need to carefully separate the mask from the electrodes and put the electrodes in the furnace for drying. The correct time and temperature for drying depends on the ink composition. Here we use 60 degrees for about 1 hour. After the electrodes are dry, we take them out and with a brush apply the silver chloride ink to the reference electrode. Then they go back into the oven again. To use the electrodes, we cut them into suitable size using scissors. Here, Meen demonstrates that the electrodes printed on plastic film can be used with only a single drop of electrolyte. Thank you for watching.
And we hope you enjoy your videos.